Cool. So I am live here with Haas Pratt, and Haas, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and turn everything over to you, man. And let you go because I know that you got a lot of stuff you want to share today.
Yeah, Jason, I first off want to thank you for making this happen today, inviting me and your community together to bring value. I know whenever we talk, the number one rule that we wanted to do in working together with this training is number one is provide massive value for the community. I love what you have done for the community, for not only your community, but just, as a whole. I mean, stepping up as a leader in the real estate field, you obviously have an awesome following where people, love what you're doing. And, I want to first off just thank you for, going for it and making that happen.
Oh, yeah, man, I appreciate you doing this today. I'm trying to, my community, the thing that I just keep trying to do is try to bring like unique content that's good, that's actionable for my followers. And it's, I get some pretty good response, man. It's really cool. I get a lot of messages and stuff with people's lives changing and stuff. And I appreciate you being here today. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Yes. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll go ahead and just do a quick sound check as everybody's climbing on. And as Jason said, my name is Haas Pratt. I want to welcome you to this training, how to go from 0 to 30 listings in 30 days. I'll tell you more about how to do that. But before we do, let's just do a quick sound check. Type in the question box. Tell me you can hear me. Tell me you can see my screen. Tell me I'm coming in loud and proud. Just give me a quick shout out as you guys are doing that. Maybe a slight delay, but I'll make sure that our technology is working today. So if you would, good. Thank you, Fernando. Awesome. Wonderful. Looks good. Good. Thank you, guys. Keep commenting. Tell me you can hear me. You can see my screen. Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Good. Yvonne. Awesome. Great. Thanks, Ray. Awesome. Great. All right. So here's what I want to do. I want to prepare you for the next hour because my goal over the next hour is to leave you better than I found you. The number one rule is to bring massive value to you guys today. And the only way that's going to happen is if I bring the heat on the content, give it to you exactly, the way you need it, but you take the notes, take action after we get done today. So be focused over the next hour on taking notes, writing things down. So grab a pen, paper. I am going to talk extremely fast today because I do have a ton of content and I got it in 1 hour sharp. So I want to just warn everybody, grab a pen and paper, take notes, and let's get started. So what I want to do is I want to share with you what we're going to learn today on today's webinar. The goal of today's webinar is to teach you how to put more signs in the ground consistently, how to build a listing-based business. And so I'm going to do this by showing you how to take 30 listings every month. I'm going to do it by showing you how to capture the low-hanging fruit in your marketplace, the easiest place to go out there and get listings. I'm going to give you a step-by-step blueprint for dominating the FSBOs and expires in your marketplace. I'm going to show you how to separate yourself from your competition better than ever before, and then how to manage your time. Now, the goal is to consistently double. I'm going to show you how to do this because really what most people want is they want freedom, and listings are a great way in real estate to provide more freedom in your business and more freedom in your life. And now I want to tell you why this webinar came to be. I got into real estate. I grew up in Northwest Missouri working on a dairy farm. I barely made it through high school, right? But I had a millionaire who took me under his wing whenever I was a teenager. One of the things that he said is, he goes, Haas, you got to get into real estate. And I didn't go to college, right? So I just got right into real estate. I literally loaded up my truck at 2 a.m. on November 15th of the year, I think it was 2001. And I drove to Dallas, Texas. Middle of the night, got here, get in real estate, boom, fall flat on my face as we would all expect, right? I mean, I was in my early 20s, and it was like I didn't know a single soul here. So I'm very passionate about this because I've experienced what I'm going to share with you in my own life, but I've been able to help a lot of other people do the same, but it wasn't always that way. I failed miserably. I sold a lot of things, no real estate. My first 6 months in the business literally took no listings, no buyers, nothing. Even to this day, one of the things, I've never worked a buyer in my entire life because I built a listing-based business. But it wasn't until I experienced a lot of pain in the market before I ever succeeded, right? So I had to change. And so I changed, and I implemented the things I'm going to share with you today, the things that can get results fast, the things that you can go from broke today to signs in the ground tomorrow. And I'm going to share with you how to do it, and it can happen fast. So I want to Fast forward, my first year in the business, I ended up Rookie of the Year. After I identified these strategies I'm going to share with you, I literally went my first 6 months in the business taking no listings to the second part of my first year, listing anywhere between 20 and 30 homes a month. And it turned around like overnight. And that's what I want you to understand is if I can do this, a farm boy from Missouri in a market where he didn't know anybody, and I was in my early 20s, I believe anybody can, but you got to follow these steps. We got to get out of our own way. And so how I actually started speaking, people wanted to know how I did it, what I was doing. And so I started speaking locally. And today I've built that real estate business up, sold it. For the last decade, I've been coaching and training agents around the country, speaking on stages. I've done over 1,000 seminars in 48 states. I say that to say this. What I'm going to share with you works. It's not something that I've just experienced in my own backyard, on selling on the weekends. This is something that I've experienced in every market, in every state, in any type of marketplace. What I'm going to share with you works. I've seen it not only in my business, but also our clients. And so what we're going to cover today is a model to follow. Because I believe that you can achieve anything in life and achieve any level of success in real estate as long as you have a model to follow. And I hope to be that today and to show you not only how I was able to turn it all around and succeed, but also how all these agents have. Now, I've worked with agents one-on-one. In fact, I have over 5,500 one-on-one coaching hours. Even to this day, I still coach several people that I've coached, the same people I've coached for many years, a lot of them for over 5 years, some of them closer to 10 years. And so I've been able to work with them one-on-one, and I've been able to work with a lot of agents. And I'll tell you this, and like you are here for a reason, and you are here to get a different result. And I know this, I cannot change you and help you get to the next level until we change your thinking, change how you think. Because your current thinking is getting you the results today. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to cover the 4 pillars of success. These are the 4 pillars to succeed in any market, in any niche, you name it. Doesn't matter how old you are, how long you've been in the business. It doesn't matter. None of it. That's the beauty of this. Mindset, marketing, systems, and conversion are the 4 pillars of success that we're going to get into today. So as I dive into the first step is mindset. Just let's do another quick shout out, you guys. Just do me a quick comment, like, heart, whatever it is. Tell me you can hear me, you can see me, and we're coming in loud and proud. Make sure you have that pad of paper and a pen, because now begins the micro machines. You guys remember the micro machine commercial, right? Talking fast, write fast. All right, so let's start between the ears. Let's change the way we think, because for us to get to the next level, we got to change our thinking. And I want you to write this statistic down. In your market, most markets around the country, 95% of the transactions are done by 5% of the agents. Here's what that means. You have 5% of the agents, the 5%ers out there doing 95% of the deals. My goal for you is to get you to be in that top 5%. The average agent sells anywhere between 5 and 7 homes a year. That's no way to feed your family. I want you to be in the 5%, because that's where the freedom is. That's where you have the ability to do what you want, when you want, and be able to control your destiny more. So the ultimate goal is to be in the top 5%. Now, you're here for a reason, because obviously, you have a desire to succeed. Otherwise, you would not be here. You wouldn't be following Jason. You wouldn't be, wanting to attend trainings. You have a burning desire, which is the first step to success. It's this first step. Congratulations. Not everybody has desire. Be grateful for your desire. However, the bad news is desire alone is not going to make you successful. It just isn't. We can want to be successful all day, and we can want to thrive in this thing called real estate. But at the end of the day, that alone isn't going to do it. We got to dig deeper. And my clicker's working. There we go. So in fact, let me explain what that means. So you can take 100 realtors, and let's just say 100 agents, and we just take 100 random agents. Here's what happens. I'm going to follow them around for a year, and I'm going to follow them. I'm going to see how they're doing, and after a year, I'm going to look at their business, and here's what happens. 1% of those agents had exponential increases in their business. Like they crushed it. Like they dominated it. Like they went from no listings to 30 listings in 30 days. Like they got it. It all clicked. Boom. Right? We want that to happen. Right? 4% had incremental increases, boost. They grew, they got to the next level. And then 95% did about the same amount of business or less. Where are you at in those three equations? Where are you? Are you a 1 percenter? Are you a 4 percenter? Are you a 95 percenter? And it's important that we do that. And it's important that we know where we are on this level. I'm going to give you an exercise to show you how to know that, to get really clear with that. So the first thing, is understand this. If you're not happy today, right, where you are in your business, you're not getting the results you want, you're not making the amount of money you want, I want you to understand that today is a direct result of your actions the last 6 months. So if you want a different result 6 months from today, guess what you got to do? You got to take massive action and change what you're doing. Just like I had to change. 6 months in, flat broke, blew 50 grand. Guess what? If I didn't change, I'd be milking cows today. Forget it. Wasn't going to do that. So, and it's the same thing. We got to change, and we need to embrace this change, because at any time in growing to the next level, change is required. And I want to do that now. I want to do a success assessment. I want you to get clear with where you are. Now, I know that everybody on this training, some of you guys are brand new agents, some of you guys have already built a successful team, and some of you may be on your way out and trying to retire. Whatever level that you're at, I want you to look at the last 5 years. And let's just say in this example, in 2012, write down how many homes you sold. And then write down in 2013 how many homes you sold. 2014, how many units? 2015, how many units? And all the way down to last year, how many homes did you sell? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write that down, and I want you to draw a line across the result. What does that line look like? If you drew a line all the way across, does it look like it's gone the way, incline up, the trajectory's going up year after year after year after year? That's what we want. That's my desire for you, is to equip you with the path and the tools to make that happen. Not the business that stays the same every year, consistently, struggle, always out there surviving, circling the drain. We don't want that. That's not why you work as hard as you do. And we definitely don't want the business that goes down a year after year after year. We don't want that. So we want to go up. Trajectory north, headed up, every year growing. And this is important, because you got to get clear with where your trajectory is. And your income and your success and your balance and your life should get better every year. Why? Because you're getting better at it. You're learning, you're growing. And it's an important part on the way up. And I love Jim Rohn. I'd say that my parents raised me as a kid. Jim Rohn raised me as an adult. Jim Rohn says this: for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. For things to improve, you have to improve. When you grow, everything in your life grows with you. And I believe that. And I believe in mindset. Listen up, y'all. That is a pillar of success that the top 1% of people have. And the reason I share that is because if you don't believe that, you're never going to be in the 1%. So we got to change it to where you believe you belong there. You believe you can change. You believe you can take the actions necessary to grow your business, to get to the next level year after year after year. You got to believe it, but all change starts from within. And my goal is to make you more valuable, because I believe that success isn't something that you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. And that means developing more skills, becoming better in different areas. Remember, the 4 pillars of success are mindset, marketing, systems, and conversion. That's what we're going to talk about. So we got to get better in marketing. We got to get better at getting our phone to ring. You are not in the real estate business. Real estate is easy. Finding the buyers and sellers is hard. You're in the marketing business. You're in the getting the phone to ring business. You see, that's a distinction that I had early on in my career, right? I realized my first 6 months that nobody cares about me being a realtor. Nobody is sitting around waiting to grow my business for me. I had to do it. I had to own it. And I had to develop the skills to be able to go out there and do it. And I'll ask you this question, developing skills. What if you could become twice as good at getting your phone to ring as you are now, right? Twice as good at generating leads, twice as good at marketing. What would happen to that trajectory? Would it go up? You bet it would. Why? Because you're getting better at the most important things that any successful real estate business requires. So I want to ask you this. It's the ultimate question, right? This question should be like deer in the headlights to some of you. This was the question that I was asked 6 months in when I was flat on my face, and I didn't know the answer to this question. And at the time, as a mentor, and he comes up, he says, "Haas, why? Why?" I said, "Why what?" Why should your prospects use you instead of your competitor? Why? And I said, I don't know. I'm honest. I'm loyal. I'm trustworthy. I'm young. I don't have a family, so I work 24/7, right? I mean, all that time goes to you. I didn't know the answer. I just went and rambled. And he said, that's why you're broke. And that was the wake-up call that I needed to hear at the time. And so, fast forward years later, when I travel around and I speak to agents, that's one of the questions I ask. Like, I would ask you now, why? And here's the answer I always hear in the industry. Well, I'm an expert. I'm everything I touch turns to sold. I got my GRI, my CRS, my ABR, all these things, right? That nobody cares about. See, the problem is in marketing, you got to understand that nobody cares about you. They only care about themselves. In fact, they care about their time. They care about their money. That's it. And so everything that we need to do in terms of going to get business from the marketplace needs to show those people in the marketplace what we do to save them time, what we do to save them money, and what we can do to put for all these things. Now, and this is an important step, because if you're out there spending money in marketing and your marketing doesn't reflect this, meaning your marketing doesn't reflect how your message doesn't reflect how you save time, your message doesn't reflect how you save the money, you're not going to get the return. And so you're going to spend, not get the return, and that's the quickest way out of the business. And so we want to be able to develop marketing campaigns, strategies, and messages that get people to take action. And I'll help you with this. So I'm going to break this down. So I don't want you to like, great, Haas, what do I do? Like, listen, I'm going to break this thing down for you in the simplest path possible. I believe that this is the simplest path possible. It's the way, it's the truth, it's the foundation, it's the basics, it's the way, the path to success. And I've seen it time and time and time again. And we got to be able, for things to change, we got to what? First, change what we're doing. And so look at your business and look at the niches that you serve, right? There's two types of markets. The first market is your Mets. Some of you are really good at going after your Mets. People like you, they love you, they trust you. 90% of your business is repeat referral. Like, you're living the dream, you love it, it's fun, all that fun stuff. Then the other side of the business, you have the habit Met market. These are your FSBOs and expireds and the people who don't know you, and the probates and the short sales and the people in your farm area. I want to draw this distinction. Some of you are more comfortable going after one of those or the other. Everybody is. So everybody has a preference, right? For me, I love calling people who don't know me. I love it. And I could do it all day. Just give me a phone. I'll call people all day who don't know me. I love it. I find therapy in it. It's therapeutic. I feel fulfilled when I'm doing those things. It's huge. I love it. Now, I'm not real social, right? I'm not the high of the party. I don't have different people over every night. That's right. That's not really my style. So, but you got to know what your style is. And then you got to look at, because you have to be clear, because what we're about to apply, we need to get good in both. If we're going to grow your business, you got to improve in the areas that are not easy for you, right? And so the haven't met market, if we're going to go after 30 listings in 30 days, which is how many listings I took, right? Somebody asked, well, how do I do that? I'm like, well, that's just what I did. I went from 0 listings to 30 listings in 30 days by applying what I'm going to share with you. Now, but does that mean you're going to? Well, I don't know. I've seen people do it. The goal is to increase your listings every single month and to have a system that consistently makes that happen. And the only way that we can do that is if we know how to differentiate ourselves from our competitors. And that starts with having a marketing arsenal. Now, I'm going to talk about a marketing arsenal because I believe that this is the most important thing of any successful real estate business, is providing solutions that solve people's pain. People hire you because they have a pain. People hire you because they have a need. We need to provide solutions and programs that fulfill and solve those problems and fill the needs. It's not us. It's not you. You are not the one who fixed the problems. Your solutions are the ones that fix the problems. You can't sell you like you can sell your solutions. So in the marketing arsenal, you need to have tangible programs and systems that you offer, that you communicate, that you drive your messaging around. Okay? So I'll explain. Let's say you get a postcard in the mail, right? And let's say you get 2 postcards. The first postcard says, hey, thinking of buying or selling a home? We can help. One of these cheesy postcards that we all get in the mail every month, right? Postcard on the right, my guarantee postcard. I mailed the heck out of that postcard. many, many, many years. Many of my clients use this postcard, and I mail this to people who don't know me. I mail this to expireds. I mail it to my farm, mail it to FSBOs, mail it to people who don't know me. Hey, I'll sell your home in 29 days, or I'll sell it for free, 100% guaranteed. Why do I have that message? Because they don't care about anything else other than that right there, results. And so the message of the marketing needs to reflect that. Now, some of you are already going, well, great. Well, how would I do that? How would I sell a home in 29 days? And yada, yada, yada. You already talk yourself out of things. So in coaching, I want you to realize that growing and getting uncomfortable, and marketing can be uncomfortable sometimes, right? Why can't it be? Because you're not marketing to yourself, you're marketing to the marketplace. And the marketplace responds differently than a lot of times we would, right? So this is the number one message that will get your phone to ring, is having a powerful performance guarantee that tells people, I will do this or else, period. Next is you want to offer all of your clients, everybody, an easy exit listing, because you want to make it risk-free for your prospects to use you. Risk-free. So here's what that means. In making it risk-free, this overcomes the I don't want to be locked into a contract objection. So what would happen if you're on a listing, and let's say you're interviewing, and the seller's interviewing 3 other agents, and let's say they're stacking you up, and they go, look, we love you, but guess what? We don't like signing a contract. I don't really want to enter a 6-month listing agreement. What do you say? How do you communicate that? Do you say, oh, that's okay, well, we'll go ahead and do that? Yeah, if and then you don't offer it, you just go along with it? Because that's a problem, because right then you lost control. And you don't want to lose control of the appointment. You don't want to lose control of your client. So it's important to come up with this stuff beforehand, not be talked into it after the fact. And so I find that most of you would let somebody out of an agreement if they wanted to, but we got to be able to tell them that, because we want to make sure that it's risk-free. We don't want to make it risk. We don't want to have any risk involved in them using us. The next guarantee that you want to have is a guarantee that you're going to communicate to this prospect. A lot of times, especially if you're going after expireds, for example, they are livid. They're upset with the last agent. The last agent never did anything to communicate with them. I mean, I've made hundreds of thousands of phone calls to expireds. I mean, many. And I've heard, I don't know how many times, that the last agent never communicated with me. And I believe that is the number one complaint about real estate agents. And so we've got to be able to solve that problem, and to be able to say, hey, look, Mr. Seller, I understand the last agent didn't do anything to market or didn't do anything to communicate with you. That's the reason we offer a communication guarantee. I'm going to call you every single Tuesday. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Mr. Seller, I don't care if I have nothing to say to you, I'm still going to call you every Tuesday. You're going to hear my voice. But if there's one Tuesday that I don't call you, in the event, you can fire me on the spot. And so being able to put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, right, forces you to communicate. Guess what it does? I had to call every one of my sellers every Tuesday. I always carried anywhere between 80 and 100 active listings all the time. And I had to call all those sellers. Tuesdays were fun, right? Tuesdays were a lot of fun whenever I had to wake up and had to call 80, 90 sellers. Right now, eventually that grew to where I eventually had hired a listing coordinator, Shannon. She took that off my plate. She was a good nurturer. She was great at communication, and she was an incredible team member that I acquired at the right time. And so this is important, right? It's important to create programs that solve people's pain, solve their problems, and also force you to do your job better. All right, how we doing? Go ahead, you guys, type in the question box. Tell me how we're doing. Questions, comments, go ahead, let's hear it. I'm going to take a drink of water as I continue. And I also want to remind everybody that this is the time to ramp up your listing inventory, right? In a lot of markets around the country, they're experiencing a slowdown. You're experiencing, where it's been smoking, sizzling hot for so long. Now homes are starting to sit on the market a little bit longer. Now you're having to have a different conversation with your sellers, and you're having to establish your value more. And I want to encourage you that I thrived in that environment. I love this environment because it gives you an opportunity to ramp up your listing inventory, to control your leads, to be able to take more control over the overall business objective. So if you apply what we're learning, what I'm sharing, this is the time to do this, because now is the time to deliver to the marketplace what works so you can get results, so you can crank up your listing inventory. Now's the time to do that. In the market, when they're looking around going, hey, I actually need an agent that can market my home, right? It's not the market that you just put it on the market today and it sells tomorrow. Now we have to establish our value. And that's what these programs will allow us to do. Perfect. All right. Thank you. Awesome, guys. Thanks for the feedback there. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So the Smart Seller Program, this is a program that I invented because I got tired of hearing sellers, FSBOs especially, say, okay, Haas, I understand you want to list the home, but listen, I had Timmy come by last weekend and he said he was going to work with his lender and he's going to put together an offer. And so I'm waiting to hear from his lender, and he's going to submit an offer on Friday. So I can't sign anything until I know what's going to happen. Listen, Mr. FSBO, like, I understand that you're waiting for Timmy. That's the reason that we offer our Smart Seller Program. Our Smart Seller Program allows this to happen. It allows us to take the listing, inject our 89-point marketing plan to start marketing the property, get it sold. You continue doing what you're doing with your open houses, and you can do your Craigslist ads and everything that you're doing. And in the event that Timmy comes along and says, hey, I'm writing you an offer, you pick up the phone and you call me and you don't pay me a single penny in commission. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start marketing your property today, and there's a good chance that I'm going to get this property sold before that happens, and quite honestly, a lot of times for way more money. Does that sound like a good plan, Mr. FSBO? Yeah, let's do it. That's why I created that program. Why? Because it's a solution to the problem. And so part of overcoming objections on a consistent basis is having a solution that you can use, an offer that you can inject, right? And that's why having a marketing arsenal is so important. Next. And it also comes with a menu of commission rates. So you heard me talk about the 89-point marketing plan. Here's another question I have for you. What is it that you're going to do to market my home, Mr. Agent? I mean, I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm looking out my office right now, and I can see for miles because it's, flat, and I can see, and there's a sea of realtors out where I'm looking. In fact, right here, there's 35,000 realtors out my window. 35 licensed real estate agents, a lot. Why? What is it that they all do different to market the home? If I want to sell my home, what is that? What is it that you do different than those 35,000? You need to make this crystal clear to your audience and to your customers on your appointments if you want to get increased conversion, if you want to consistently grow your listing-based business. And people want to know that you have a plan. They want to know that you have an aggressive marketing plan, that you're going to earn that commission, that you're going to get them the results that they're looking for. And so I've always been a big fan of my 89-point marketing plan. This thing has put a lot of signs in the ground for me, and it has for many of my clients. But the 89-point marketing plan works magic in selling homes that other agents have failed to sell. The 89-point marketing plan is the reason we sell homes at 100.1% of asking price. This 89-point marketing plan is a reason that, because of our rave reviews and testimonials, and people use us consistently time and time again. Why? Because our 89-point marketing plan sells homes quickly and for the most amount of money. Did any of that say anything about Haas, me? No. Why? Because they don't care about me. They care about the plan that's going to get them the result. And I want you to see that, because this is a big distinction. Big, big, big. If you're making it all about you, you're never going to get results. Nothing can ever be about you. It's not about you. It's about the programs. It's about the solutions that drive the result. So if somebody says, well, what do you do to market my home? Well, I have an 89-point marketing plan that works magic in selling homes just like yours in Willow Bend subdivision, the fastest, most amount of money. Not a question if my marketing works to sell homes. The question is, are you going to price the property at a price that allows my marketing to work? What I like to do is come by, sit down, boom, and we set the appointment. But you see how you dance with the conversation when you have a marketing arsenal of solutions to the most common pains and objections that you hear every day in the real estate industry. So once we crank up our marketing, and let's just assume you're implementing, you're taking action, and you're getting results, now you're going to have systems. We got to have systems in place. Systems are the third pillar of success. We got to have systems. And here's what I mean by that. Is a systematic approach targeting a specific target market with a predetermined result. I knew if I had 40 FSBOs that month, how many listings I was going to take. I knew how many phone calls I was going to generate. Why? Because it was ran as a system. I built my real estate business and sold it, and then traveled the country and did seminars for years and years and years, and that was part of the plan. Why? Because I built my real estate business as a system where I could have taken anybody and put them in the business, and the system just ran like a well-oiled machine, like a McDonald's franchise. Why? Because it was a systems-based business. And you can't manage people, but you can manage systems to manage the people. And so if you're sitting here and you're trying to grow and you're trying to scale, then the systems is the most important part to that, because otherwise it's just going to fall apart, right? And you are not the system. Allow me to explain, and as I break this down, you want to have multiple lines in the water, so to speak, right? Like you got to have, let me give you an example. If I looked at your business right now and you say, hey, I did $20 million in volume, here's the results I got. And let's say I looked at all those results, where would all the business come from? What's your gravy train? What's your money maker, right? Mine was FSBOs. When I first started putting signs in the ground and going after growing my business, FSBOs were my money maker. Man, I crushed FSBOs. I was the #1 FSBO agent in my market by far. I did that for the first 6 months, right? And that took me, to carry anywhere between 30 and 50 active listings. That got me to that point. But then I topped out. I needed another system to take me to the next level. And so then I discovered expireds. And then I started calling expireds, and I'll be darned if I didn't get the same results. Same results, doubled again, right? And then I focused on those two things. Remember, I didn't know anybody where I was. I was in a brand new market. And so I started with one at a time, not one at the same time, because one at a time, because this is an important thing in building a business. You got to have the gravy trains that fund everything else. And so if you don't have that in your business, the thing that's working, the thing that's driving the result, then you got to get that, and you got to get it fast, because once you have that, it makes everything else much easier. But I want to encourage you to diversify all those systems and to make sure that you're not put all your eggs in one basket. Don't be the person who does sells 100 homes and all 100 came from Zillow leads, or the same person who sells 100 homes and every one of them came from referrals. Why? Because you got to diversify. Things can change, and they will change. And we don't ever want to be so vulnerable in our business that our success and our growth is dependent upon something that is out of our control. Like, that is understand what I said, because if you want freedom, true freedom, you've got to be able to own your success, and your success is not dependent on anyone, anything, any lead source, any tool, anything. It's built on what? Many things. But more importantly, it's built on a foundation of a skilled person like yourself. Because if you're skilled and you're truly great at what you do, and you're an amazing salesperson, you're an amazing marketer, and you're great at what it is that you do, that right there is the foundation. And I believe that those two things are important when you're selling real estate. This industry has a revolving door, and the reason it does, because most agents don't discover this before they're on their way out. And so systems, most agents don't have them. They fly by the seat of their pants. They're the jack of all trades, master of none. They throw spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. Let's systemize your business. And so let's say, okay, I want to grow my listing-based business. Who do we go after? I'm going to show you what I did, right? So I'll show you what I did, because I like teaching what I did. I like teaching things that I've done on the way, right? I've done the work. I've done what I'm sharing with you. I've seen other people do it, and so I'm gonna give you the best path possible that I believe will help you take anywhere between an additional 5 and 30 listings in the next 30 days. How's that? All right. And I believe if you wanted that, and you say, hey, Haas, I gotta list, I gotta put signs in the ground. Where do I go? Some of you feel that way, right? Some of you right now are struggling. Right now you're looking at, at your business. You're like, this sucks. Why am I here? How do I improve? Like, I get it. Listen, selling real estate is stressful. It's frustrating. It's all those things that you feel every day, but it doesn't have to be, right? Like I said earlier, I found therapy in my prospecting and lead gen, where most people look at it like it's the plague and they want to avoid it, right? So this is an important part. If you have a system, it makes everything else much easier that we're going to talk about. And I'm going to talk about this, the CRM tools quickly. I believe this, that, if you're starting from nothing, depending on where you are, even some of you agents that are selling a lot of homes, you don't depend on a CRM at the level you should. A system, it needs to be managed. And the way that you can manage a system is utilizing a good CRM. There's a lot of great technology in real estate. I'm not going to sit here and go down all of my recommendations for technology. We'd be here all day. Because why? Because there's a lot of technology. I just want to encourage you to have a model that you're following, to be able to know what technology does what. Don't try to piece it all together. Focus on the basics. Focus on the things that work. You will never, ever, ever have a perfect system that does everything. You've got to be able to dance within the disconnect currently, right? And so I say that because a lot of agents try to avoid it. And in the event, or in the effort of trying to avoid it, it costs them time and money, right? So the most important thing is settle in, get a CRM lead provider, build systems within it, and have a good lead provider that is consistently sending you leads. Whether it be a lead provider, that sends you the FSBOs and expireds. I'll give you guys a quick story. This is so funny, because I said I was a farm boy. I grew up in Missouri. I drive trucks. I'm a truck guy, so even today, I still drive an F-250 diesel truck. It's how I roll. I've had like 15 of those things. And so when I first got in real estate, I was driving one, and I pulled up to the real estate office one day, and this young agent, and it was a young agent, and he was selling hundreds of homes a year when I met him, and hundreds of homes, and he was my age. And that was the first time I ever saw success, at a young agent succeeding at a high level. And so I pulled in the office, and I saw all of his wrapped Hummers, and I was like impressed. He had his picture on his Hummers, and I go up to the broker. I'm like, "Who's this?" She goes, "Here he is. He's the guy. He's your age. He sells hundreds of homes a year." I'm like, "Well, you better sit down, because I'm going to pick your brain. What are you doing?" And he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm driving around looking for FSBOs." "Well, why are you doing that?" "Because I need FSBO leads. I've been calling them, and I'm learning how to do that." He goes, "Well, you never heard of Warnox?" And I said, "No, what's Warnox?" He goes, "Well, they send you the FSBO leads every single day." I go, "No way." He goes, "Yep." And I went and got Warnox. It's no longer around, right? Now it's like LandVoice, and it's LandVoice today, but RedX and Vulcan 7, all the different lead providers out there, right? But at the time, that was like the only one that was around. And so I went and got Warnox, and the next day I had a listing, and I saw him. I go, "Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, did you get Warnox?" "Yeah, in fact, thanks, man. I got a listing. It was great. My first listing, sign on the ground. It's active." He's like, "Wow, I'm impressed." And every time he saw me, I had a listing. I remember him thinking, "Man, I should have never freaking told this kid about Warnox." And that right there was the trigger for me when I discovered, when I turned it all around. And I literally, in that 30-day period, listed 30 homes. And that's when it turned around. And that's when I say this: you are only and always one piece of information away from achieving any level of success that you want to achieve. You're one tool away, one coach away, one system away, one idea away, one action away from achieving any level of success that you want to achieve. And I've gone on to help thousands and thousands of agents over the years, to help them succeed with that one tool, that if I never took action and I never did what I needed to do in that moment, I probably wouldn't be talking to you today. So always be a person of action. Always be a person willing to make the investment in yourself, and always be the person who's willing to take massive action if it means to grow your business, right? Because you need these models and you need these tools on your journey. And so let's talk about FSBOs. I'm going to break it down. So let's say I got it, right? So I signed up for Warnox. They're sending me the leads every day. Here's what I learned early on is 85% of them end up listing with an agent. And the key to success is you don't want to be the one who calls them with commission breath, right, and asking them all these sleazy questions. What we want to do is we want to call the FSBO. "Hey, Mr. FSBO, hey, I'm here to help. Listen, I wanted to give you a quick call. See, you're selling your property, FSBO. If I brought you a qualified buyer, is there any reason that I could, would you be willing to pay a 3% co-op if I brought you a qualified buyer?" Right? And I'll show you these questions that I would ask them. And I followed a template, a system. And so, and this is, you're looking at it. So if your eyes are down, pay attention. This is the money shot. Money shot. I put so many signs in the ground with that same follow-up sequence. It's not even funny. I'm giving it to you right there. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. The sequence right there. Followed it every day, putting a sign in the ground from that following that system. Here's the difference. I did it. I was consistent. I followed it, and I never missed a day. And I think that is an important distinction of why I was able to get the results I was able to get, is because you got to do the work. If you do the work, following a system, results happen. And that's the type of system that I'm talking about. Now, I want to talk about 3 questions to ask every FSBO. I'd love to see you guys to see a show of hands, but like how many people actually go after FSBOs. So I believe it's the fastest way to grow a listing business, right? You know, you got Jason Morris here, the guy, I mean, he wrote the book on going after FSBOs. I mean, right? I mean, and I know he's sitting here quiet and stuff, but like he's right there fist bumping me going, you're right, man, FSBOs are where it's at.
I'm making notes, Sauce. I'm busy making notes here.
Okay, good, man. FSBOs, right?
That's right, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So here's the 3 questions that you're going to ask every FSBO. The first question is this, is we got to know if they're willing to pay a 3% co-op. And that's the first question. Why? Because if they're not willing to pay a 3% co-op, they're not going to pay my full commission. So we got to get them halfway home. So Mr. FSBO, if I brought you a qualified buyer, would you pay a 3% co-op? No, actually I won't. I'll pay 2%. Wrong answer. Delete. Next. No question. Out of the system. Not spending my time and money on him. Why? Because it's not worth my time and money. If he's only telling me he's going to pay 2, he's not going to pay my commission. So that's an important question. And remember, we're segmenting. And you want to, on conversion, I'm going to talk about conversion in a minute, but you want to always have questions at the front end of every communication. The question at the front end of every sign call you get, the questions at the front of every FSBO call, expired call, referral call, all those, you want to be able to have those questions. And these are the questions for FSBO. So the next question, Mr. FSBO, is how long are you going to try to sell the home on your own before you decide to explore other options? Well, you know what, Haas, I'm going to probably explore their options in the next 60 days, right? So whatever time frame they give you, cut it in half. That's when they're going to list the property. It's just like clockwork. Just happens that way. Third question is, okay, so in that 6 months, let's say you do decide to explore their options. Do you have a close friend or family member that you would feel obligated to work with, or would you be up for interviewing some aggressive agents? You know, my mom's in real estate, so we'll probably end up listening with her. Great. Next, delete, right? So these qualifying questions are important. Now, I always get the question, people always want to know, well, what's a question like a buyer, right? What's a good question? How would you handle that? Well, I always had a lot of listings, and so I generate a lot of buyer calls. I've never bought a single buyer lead in my life, because when you have listings, you don't need to, right? That's why I love listings, because every listing generates 2.7 buyer leads per listing in most markets and most of the time, right? Depending, you know, some of your markets that may be different, but that's the number and always has been for me. So the signs in the ground generate the listings. All right, so there we go. Boom. All right, so once we get a sign call and somebody goes, hey, I'm calling your property on 123 Main Street. You know, give me this information. All right, well, great. While I'm grabbing that information, let me ask you a quick question. In case we get disconnected, and you always want to get their phone contact information. So in case we get disconnected, what's the best number to call you back? Always get that, right? And they're going to give it to you. And then, all right, and who am I speaking with? Steve? Hey, Steve. Hey, yeah, this is Haas. So while I'm grabbing this information for you, let me ask you a question, because I get calls off this listing off 123 Main Street all the time. There's always 2 types of people that call me. You know, Steve, the first person just driving around, maybe kicking tires. They just want to know the price. Maybe they're a neighbor. Next person, you know, they're not just driving around kicking tires. They're looking to buy a home. You know, in the next 30, 60, 90 days, they're looking to make a move. They're looking to know what's available out there in the marketplace. They're wanting to work with a professional to do so. Which type of buyer would you say that you are, Steve? Well, I'm just driving around. I just want to know the price. It's $189,000. Any other questions? Nope, that's it. All right, next. So you want to always know what questions to ask. Some of you, you're missing this, and I need you to get it. It's the reason that, you know, it's not more leads that's going to fix the problem. It's more conversion that's going to fix the problem in a lot of your business. And so you can quickly and easily increase conversions if you know what to say, when to say, and how to say it. And it's an important thing. Now, all right, moving on. Expired, step by step. Different deal. Expires are more aggressive. You know, it's kind of like, you know, you got to wrestle an expired. You know, it's like wrestling an alligator, these little expireds. I mean, you know, they're upset. You know, you got to watch them, right? You know, the last agent didn't do anything to market their home. They want to know what you're going to do. Right? So it's a different type of approach. So you just got to ask questions. You just got to just prime them up and get them venting. Just get them talking, man. The more they talk, the more solutions I have. The more they talk, the more pain the more pain that I can uncover. Talk. I'm going to shut up, and you're just going to tell me everything that I need to know, And I'm going to say, okay, so you're telling me the last agent didn't do anything to market the property. Home sat on the market for 6 months. You only had 3 showings. You need to get the property sold last month. Can I be direct with you? Sure. Look, that's the reason we have a communication guarantee, Mr. Seller. Every one of our sellers gets a call every single Tuesday. Even if we have nothing to say to you, you're going to still hear my voice. And if there's anybody that could get your property sold by last week, it's me and my 89-point marketing plan. This thing works magic in selling homes just like yours in Willow Bend subdivision that other agents have failed to sell, selling those with the fastest, most amount of money. Now, Steve, here's what I need you to do. I need you to give me the opportunity to sit down with you and show you how I can get your property sold quickly and show you, right? And you set the appointment. What I do? Well, I use just like I said, that's how you convert. That's how you convert. Shut up and listen, and then there we go. That's how you solve their problems. And so understand the whole thing comes together all the way from how we think to our marketing to our systems to now our conversion. Here's it right here. Take a snapshot of that. You got the follow-up sequence there for the expireds. It's much more aggressive. Why? Because FSBOs are sitting around waiting for the phone to ring. Expireds are not. But we all are going to use the swarm method. We're going to go after them in multiple different ways. We're going to Facebook target them. We're going to email them. We're going to mail them. We're going to call them. We're going to do it all. And we're going to do it in multiple different ways. And so marketing is really important. So it's real important that you have a model you're following, where somebody, like we have, for example, my Listing Boss program, which I'll share with you in a minute. You get all the letters, the emails, the scripts, the dialogue, like everything in a system. And so if you don't have Listing Boss, you still need a system to follow. Just because if you don't have the system, then you got to go write the letters yourself. You got to go do all that yourself. And it's not as easy writing a letter that converts a prospect into calling you back as you think. I mean, I'm a great writer, but I still have writers that are even better than me around me. And let me tell you what they charge for their skill. A whole lot of money. Why? Because writing great sales copy that will get somebody to take action, pick up a phone and call you, is the ultimate skill of all, if you can do that. Now, you can follow systems of people who have done that, right? But it's an important thing because you got to differentiate yourself, right? And you got to invest in yourself, and you got to be serious about growing your business. And lastly, you got to talk about conversion. And I'm going to talk about how to convert because this is where the rubber hits the road. Conversion. Most agents, they spend a ton of money on leads, but they don't do anything to help convert the leads. And so they think, well, how do I grow my business? Go buy more leads. What if you focused on conversion, increased conversion, got double the conversion you did now? What would happen? You wouldn't have to spend any more money and you're making twice as much, if not more. So I want you to look at conversion like this. You have a service that you offer. You help people buy and sell real estate. And in real estate, you got to go out there and get the business every day. Hear me on this. You're unemployed every 90 days. You got to go out there and hunt and kill every day to go get business. You do. It's the nature of the beast. Now, you get paid a lot of money when you do it, right? Closing's great. You make 5-10 grand, whatever it is. It's great. But you got to build the machine that goes to the market, gets the listings, puts the signs in the ground, the engine that drives it. That has to happen, and it has to happen every single day because there's nothing more important to your real estate business than lead generation and lead conversion. Nothing. And so we got to do it every day. Now, some of you may go, well, I'm no good at that. I'm no good at picking up the phone and calling a neighborhood and saying, hey, are you interested in selling? I'm not good at that. I'm not asking you to be good at it. I'm just asking you to be committed because you'll become good at it if you're committed. And repetition is the mother of all skill. Now, write this question down for your notes. Is what I'm doing right now a money-making activity? That's what you should be asking yourself 15 to 25 times a day. Is what I'm doing right now a money-making activity? Get it tattooed on your forearm right there. You keep it in front of you. Always have it in front of you. Why? Because there's nothing more important to the success and growth of your real estate business than your ability to get you and a team around you focused on nothing every day but lead generation, lead conversion, and focused on high leverage activities driving the result. And so you gotta own this. Now, I say that because if you're trying to avoid this, that's the mistake. We can't avoid it. You need to go after it, but you need to have a model to follow and a system. And I'm going to give you some tips in this. Okay, so here's some tips. 4 steps to the yes. I believe you can get anybody to tell you yes. I truly believe that. If number one, if you're direct. Being more direct with prospects, it will always get more people to take more action. Being a nice prospector doesn't get conversion. What gets conversion is being direct, being confident, being able to control the conversation. Because if you're on a listing or if you're on a phone call, there's always one person in control. Whoever's in control wins. Next is pattern interrupt. You got to break the pattern. You got to break the pattern because you got to establish within the first 5 seconds that you're somebody that they should listen to, that you're a force to be reckoned with. You're sharp as a tack. You're enthusiastic, right? They feel the energy. They don't even want to get off the phone with you because, wow, you're just so fun to talk to. Man, hear that energy, right? That right there will help you guys keep more people on the phone than anything, is by injecting more enthusiasm in your conversations and then digging deep by asking questions. So write this down. Ask more questions. Ask a question when they give you an answer. Ask the question based on that answer. What is it that you're looking for in another agent to market your home, Mr. Seller? I'm looking for an agent that will market my home. Well, what is it that you're looking for in a marketing plan? I want open houses. Why do you want open houses? Because they work. Well, why do you think that? You see what I mean? You ask, dig, because that's where you get beneath the surface and you get to people. You get to the heart of the conversation. People will open up. And voice control is the same as enthusiasm and being able to ask questions like, let me tell you something, Mr. Expired. I was pulling up the MLS today and I saw your property came up expired. Why'd that property not sell? And you change your tone and you dance with them. And that's what prospecting and conversion is. And you need to pay attention to it because what you sound like and what you say and how you say it just as important as what you say. How you say it is just as important as what you say. So we want to make sure that we're maximizing our ability to convert. Now, I'm a big fan of this, taking massive action. I mean, just taking massive action. And everything and every level I've ever got to in my life, everything I ever wanted was on the other side of fear. Whether it be the day that I moved to Dallas and I didn't know a single soul, farm boy from Missouri to load up and move here to get into real estate. Terrified the living hell out of me. I was scared to death, but I did take massive action. And everything I want was on the other side of that decision. I won't ever forget the time that I sold my real estate business. And I was terrified to go out there and travel the country on the road 200 days a year and go think that anybody wanted to listen to what a young kid had to say and teach him how to sell real estate. I remember how terrified I was when I booked my first plane ticket to Memphis, Tennessee to go do that seminar. Everything I wanted was on the other side of that decision. I want you to understand that taking massive action is key, but also facing your fears head on and not letting your fears ever stop you, because growth happens on the other side of fear. So here's what the action steps are that I want to give you today. Number one is you got to decide to become a better you. Become better. Decide, own it. Look in the mirror and say, look, that's who I'm going to go. I'm going to grow this person. I don't control the economy and I don't control interest rates. I only control that person in the mirror. And I'm going to go grow them. I'm going to help that person. That person is going to become better. Next is employ a marketing arsenal. Remember the value of tangible programs and systems that you can offer to be able to get your prospects to take action. Maximize a CRM and a lead provider. I want you to begin sharing your service with 50 people minimum every single day. Next is hire a coach or mentor. At every level that I've ever been, I've had a coach or mentor. I've been just blessed with incredible mentors in my life. Incredible mentors. And so it's important to have these people in our lives. It's important to follow a model. It's important to not think you know it all, to be able to surrender to, look, I need help. I need a path. Right, and that distinction is important on your growth to success because you've never been at the level you're going to be, and so you want to surround yourself with the people that will help you close that gap, that will help you grow, and will help you get to the next level. Next is I want you to listen to what I'm about to share with you, because I want to give you guys the model. And in fact, I wrote a book called Listing Boss, and the Listing Boss system is a system that the book that I wrote was based on the success of it. So I developed a success system, and it's called Listing Boss, where I give an agent, and it's a 90-day intensive 12-module system. And I'm telling you, if you're looking for a true path, everything you need, what you need, when you need it, this is it. And so if you're looking for that model, I want to invite you to join the Listing Boss. And I say this because this program is not going to be available for long. In fact, we are getting ready to retire the program as it is here, just because of it's been available for the same price for for years. We've had hundreds of people who've gone through it and succeeded. Literally, I'll share some testimonials with you. But like, this is some of you that you're going to hear these testimonials and you're going to be like, that can be me. And I want you to know that, like, this can help you grow. It will equip you with everything you need to get from where you are right now to the next level. And it is, this thing's been tried and true in markets all around the country. And this system is a sure path to put more signs in the ground. So let me just share with you what it is, give you guys an opportunity. We're going to invite 15 of you guys in today because of the nature of it. We can't just bring everybody in, but we will bring in 15 of you guys today to help equip you with the tools, the systems, the marketing material, all the training you need to go out there and to grow your business in big ways. So here's what you're going to get in the Listing Boss: 12 weeks of freedom. Number one is the foundation. Goals, system, having a plan. You're going to map it all out in week 1. Week 2 is part 1 and 2, tools and systems. We're going to build the foundation of the systems to where we're going to go build a successful real estate business. And we don't want to grow too fast and get to the top and all of a sudden have it crumble down. We're going to build it the right way. And that's what week 2 is. Week 3 is then we're going to go after the FSBOs. I'm going to show you how to go out there and put more signs in the ground. I'm going to give you the letters, the scripts, the marketing pieces, the emails, everything you need to go out there and go after the FSBOs. Next is the conversion strategies. I'm going to take you through my 4-step conversion method on how to increase conversion on phone calls and face-to-face. I'm going to give you my expired system, every letter, script, dialogue, marketing piece, you get it. Time management, I'm going to show you how to get more time back and how to get more results from the time. Week 7 is mindset mastery. Look, you're going to be hustling. You're going to be getting results by week 7. We're going to do the mindset tune-up. Make sure we're thinking the right way, making sure that we're on the right path. The trajectory's up. Week number 8, I'm going to give you my 4-step listing presentation. Here's why. You're going to be going on listing appointments by week 8. And so you're going to need to get really good at converting those appointments. And my 4-step listing appointment is the exact same presentation that I used every single time I put a sign on the ground. And it's flawless. And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to lay it out and in a path, and all you got to do is just follow it every step. I'm going to give you everything you need to do it. And then week number 9 is turning listings into leads. How do you get more buyers and generate more buyers from a listing, from a sign in the ground? How do we market it online? Where do we market it to get more leads from it? Week 10 is distressed properties, probate, direct mail. Week 11 is how to build a team. Who to hire, who to pay them, and how to pay them, and where do you find them? What ad do you need to use to hire them? All that is going to be in week 11. And lastly is week 12, maximizing everything you got. I built my real estate business. I was able to sell it because it was a well-oiled machine, and I had a path after. And so week 12 is to help you do that. We're going to build a successful real estate machine that generates cash, that you're going to make money. Now you got to have a next level plan. What happens after that? What do you do with that money? What do you do with that newfound freedom? And that's what week 12 is all about. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to show you this, and I'll show you how to get it. But I'm going to give you all the marketing arsenal that I talked about. So I'm going to give you all of the entire thing, all the performance guarantee and how to use it. I'm going to give you the contracts and the agreements to use it. I'm going to give you the easy exit listing agreements, smart seller program, communication guarantee, and I'm going to give you my 89-point marketing plan, teach you how to use it, how to present it, and you're going to get the entire marketing arsenal. Never again will you not know the answer to the question of what do you do? Why are you different? This marketing arsenal is going to solve that in a big, big way. And I'm going to give you all the handouts and videos and all that good stuff. So here's what you get. 12 essential operational systems, 5 seller lead gen systems, 5 buyer lead gen systems. I'm going to give you all the marketing material, the scripts, all the directions step by step. I'm going to share with you a couple testimonials because I want, it's easy for me to say it, but I want you to know that people have gotten results from this big time. Scott Ashbaugh says, wanted to post a testimonial. Without questions, hands down, the best investment I've ever made on training courses from a guy who spent over $160,000. Exactly what to do, how to do it, how to say it, how to schedule your day, how to print it, all the tools you need. It's a business in a box, and it works. Jeremy Qualley, my business has grown 200% in under 6 months. Currently have 13 pending, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. These strategies that Haas teaches flat out work. Erin Caraway, I started working with her as a listing boss user. She was doing 8 million last year. She closed 40 million in sales. This year, she's on track to do 75 million. She's incredible, top listing agent in her market. Mr. Bowen, same thing. 12 months into business, his business has tripled in production. This gal here, Monica, I took her from a school teacher. She was a school teacher, brand new to real estate, got this system listing boss. And within a year, she was the #1 listing agent in her market. So here's what I want you to do. Take action. Here's what it is. The listing boss is only one payment of $497 one time, and you get everything, all of it. A system that you can use forever in your business, that never gets old, that always works. The thing is timeless. And so for one payment of $497, you're going to get listing boss. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you get in, you hate it, you don't like the sound of my voice, just pick the phone up, call me, let us know, we'll cancel, no big deal. I mean, I don't deserve to keep your money. You know, listing boss is for you. It's a model, it's a path, it's step-by-step, it works. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to imtakinaction.com. imtakinaction.com. It's imtakingaction.com. imtakinaction.com. Go there now, take action, join the Listing Boss community, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my live listing presentation where you're going to watch me on stage go through at my conference Recharge, and you're going to watch me do my live listing presentation. I'm also going to give you my live prospecting calls where you're going to sit back and listen to MP3s of me called FSBOs and expireds in the haven't met market, taken from hanging up on me to setting the listing appointment. And then there's commentary with each call where I coach you on why I said specific things at certain times, how I coach you on the scripts, how I'm able to break down the barrier to be able to help you see what really takes place and how to get results for yourself. And I'm going to give you that as well. So here's the deal. You're going to get the listing boss. There's 15 of you guys that are going to get it today. And all you got to do, first come, first serve, you go to imtakinaction.com. You're going to fill out that form. You're going to get an email. You're going to get instant access to everything. Everything. You're going to see it. And it's going to be clear on where to start. And you start this process step by step by step. And I promise you this, if after you go through it, you go through that entire program and you go through it, you go through it at your own speed, right? Either over 90 days or you can go over it in 12 days. It doesn't matter. Your speed is up to you. But you are going to be equipped with a model and a system that will forever be able to pay you as long as you're using it and selling real estate. And that's what it is. You heard it before. You're only one piece of information away from achieving any level of success you want to achieve. You heard my story. For some of you, this is going to be your story. It's going to be life before Listing Boss and life after. And that's what I want to do is I want to invite you to take action. imtakinaction.com today. And with that, I'll bring Jason back on. Jason?
Hey, yeah, man. I had myself muted out here.
There you go, buddy.
Yeah,
good. We made it, man.
Yeah, we did. Hey, we had one quick question, man. How do you? What's the difference between the book and the course?
So big difference. The book is the book, but the course is a 12 module system. You get everything that I talk about in the book, right? So the book would say, let's say like today, I talked about a lot, covered a lot, but the system is actually where I give you the marketing arsenal, the letters, the campaigns, right? I give you all those things. And so the two go hand in hand. In fact, everybody that's taking action right now, I'm going to send you an autographed copy of my book, Listing Boss, for everybody that gets Listing Boss, the system, today. And that'll be part of the bonus. So I'll get you a copy, an autographed copy of the book.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I got your book last week. I hadn't talked about it or posted yet. I got your book. And then as soon as I got it from Amazon, we came to Tennessee to avoid Hurricane Irma.
Oh, right. Great.
Yeah, nah. I got to read it when I get home, man. I'm sure it's good though. I flipped through it. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I think we got two other questions. Will it also include the guaranteed sold in 29 days?
Yeah, absolutely. It comes with everything. Everything and then some, you guys. So there's so much training in this system. You get instant access to everything, and everything you can start using today.
Cool, man. Let me check here. I know we had a couple other questions, dude. And I know you gotta go here. I
don't know if you can put that in the link, the I'm taking action link in there, Jason, or not. But
yep, I got it in the live. I got it in the live Facebook feed already.
Oh, wonderful. Well, good.
So, well, man, I really appreciate you being on with me today, and I appreciate you doing this for a group. I know there's a lot of stuff. I got 3 or 4 pages of notes just myself.
Right. Well, good, man. Well, I want to encourage everybody to go out there and take action, implement what it is that you learned. And I want to thank you again, Jason, for having me. Hopefully I left everybody better than I found y'all, and you learned something you can go apply today.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much, Oz. I hope you have a great day.
Thanks, Jason. Take care.